This right here
AyeQ!
is crazy.
AyeQ!
This is what, yo, imagine him being in a hospital room with and the baby's coming out. Fellas, again, focus on yourself. That's what it is. What up, YouTube? It's your boy AyeQ back with another reaction video. Today we're gonna do a reaction to this chick who said she met a guy unhinged. Let's see how it goes.
So I was talking to this guy that I met on Hinge, right? And everything was going amazing. Everything was going great, actually. The communication was there. I thought we were on the same page. We went to Paris. We were going on dates every week, having phone calls, phone conversations every night.
Yo, off rip, bro. That's the only way a man could make a bird happy. Birds love three things, fellas. They love to travel, they love to go out to eat, and they love shopping. If you meet a woman and that's the only way she's going to be happy, you got to understand she's for the streets. And here's the reality about women like this. Based on the fact that those are the things that they are chasing, from the time a man stop providing those things, women like this will always lose interest. And they always gonna go after the next guy who is willing to provide those things. But think about this, bro. The only way things are going good is when a man is tricking. It's crazy.
And then all of a sudden, his his demeanor changed, and I realized that, but I didn't say anything. He asked me to be his Valentine early January, right? And I told him, I was like, of course, I would love to be. And then, like, maybe like a couple days later or a week later, I was like, I would love for you to ask me, like, with a card or something, like something sweet, like ask me something sentimental, right? So he's like, oh, I'm wondering. He was like, I wish I would have thought of that myself, whatever. But it wasn't a big deal to me. So he paid for everything. He paid for all the dates. The only thing I paid for was when we went to Paris, and I paid for my own room because I told him that's what I wanted. So, like I said, his demeanor changed, and
Yo, this man was spending, bro. So she paid for her own. That's the only thing that she paid for. So he paid for the tickets. He paid for the activities. He paid for the food. And it's so crazy. She got her own room. What that means is she ain't trying to fuck you, bro. Oh, she wants you to keep spending on her and she don't have to give up nothing in return. This man was taking this chick on dates every week for what? This is wild, bro.
I was like, I'm gonna, okay, I'm gonna preach for a little bit, but I want to learn how to love better. I want to love better. I want to love people in my life better, not only relationship wise, but just like friendships and family members. And when you look at 1 Corinthians 13, when God describes love, the first thing He describes love as is patient. Love is patient. Love is kind. If I want to love, and if God is love, the first thing that God says love is patient. So if this man is having a hard time, something is weighing heavy on his heart, let me be patient with him. Let me give him the time to like get his words out, right?
And fellas, always remember the last stop for a bird is the church. That's the last stop for a bird. When a bird is done playing in the streets and she haven't accomplished whatever she's trying to accomplish, and she reach a point where she's trying to find a sucker, she's gonna find a church, bro. Trust me.
4 days pass. We finally end up having a conversation. Why, why he's acting the way he's acting? Because all of a sudden things have changed. Basically, he says that he wants to be. He doesn't know if we're compatible because he wants to be in a dynamic where he treats, then the girl would treat, then he treats, and the girl would treat. And so I'm like, are you looking for 50-50? He was like, no, maybe like 75-25, vice versa. Sometimes me, sometimes them, sometimes me. And I was like, I've explained to this guy multiple times that I'm that way when I'm in a relationship. You're courting me right now. You're not my boyfriend. But you're courting me. You're getting to know me. And, you know, we're going on dates. So,
The disrespect, bro. That man is asking for some appreciation. It's like, yo, I've been spending all this money on you and you ain't giving me shit in return. I just need to feel like you at least like me. Because the reality is this, fellas. When a woman is really into you, bro, this is just the real. When a woman is really into you, fam, she will want to show you appreciation. So if you take her on a date, she might buy something nice for you. I'm just keeping it real, bro. That's so you know if a woman is into you. If she just got her hands out, like give, 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 bro, she's uninto you. And you met on Hinge. You met her unhinged, bro.
yeah, I mean, I am expecting for you to pay. But we've been out before and I've paid because I realized he was paying for a lot of things. And I told him, like, that's something I do when I'm in a relationship, but I really like you. So can I, treat you back? So that was kind of BS, you know what I mean? But what really got me was that he was like, I don't know if we're compatible because I'm looking for someone that's going to treat me back and all of this stuff. And I explained to him that, about the whole, like, I would do that if, you're my boyfriend, but you're not my boyfriend. We're getting to know each other. Um, and he said, well, this is why I have a hard time saying love. And, this is why, I don't really like, I haven't had a girlfriend for 10 years. You have commitment issues. And you could have just said that before. But anyway, what really got me, what was the kicker for me was that, and this is kind of like okay, let me just say it. Lord, and I hope, I pray that you help me say how I feel it. Little did he know I had just bought him, I started preparing his Valentine's Day gifts, like I got him a YSL cologne because he said he wanted to have like a signature scent. He's not really into scents like that. He wants to get into it. I got him a YSL cologne, right? I was gonna make him like a boyfriend basket. He's not my boyfriend. I was gonna make him one though because I like him. So I bought that. He's a chef who wants to get into baking. So I got him, I did my research on cookbooks and I ordered, the day before I ordered him a cookbook, um, the Dessert Person, which is a very popular book within the baking community. Got him that. I was gonna put that in the basket. I was gonna get him a Aritzia sweatsuit. Um, I was gonna get him just like a silk pajama set. Like I was just gonna get him all these things. Had already bought like half of the things already, and little did he know that. And it just is like going back to when the Lord talks about what love is. Love is patient. I'm over here trying to extend patience to you. I'm gonna give him time to explain himself to me. Like I'm gonna give him time to figure out what's weighing on his heart. You couldn't do the same for me. So I asked him, I didn't tell him though. I didn't tell him all of these things. So I'm like, so you're unsure about me. He hesitated. I said, you're unsure about me. So if you're unsure about me, I'm 100% unsure about you now. And I will never sit here and try to invest into someone who's unsure about me. So I took my exit. So I think my dad's about to have a new cologne, or one of my best friends, or one of my best friends.
That shit is crazy.
Fellas, be careful when it comes to women like this, bro. Here's the reality. If you meet a woman unhinged, that's a fun girl. She's looking for a sucker to use. And the reality is, these women be like running through so many different dudes on a weekly basis that it's easy for her to drop a dude and return back unhinged and find another dude to do the same thing next week. If you hear a woman is saying, "Oh, things was going so good because we were traveling, because he was taking me on mad dates, that's a bird. That's just a woman who is looking for crumbs. A man don't need to do those things to make a woman happy. A man only need to do those things to feed a bird. Understand the difference, fellas. It's a major difference when you hear a woman talk like this and emphasize the things that she's emphasizing. She's telling you exactly the type of woman that she is and what drives her. You're not going to find a virtuous woman unhinged. You're not going to find a quality woman unhinged. You are only going to find birds unhinged, fellas. And if you meet a woman and she wants you to take her on dates every week, that's not a woman who is looking out for your best interest. That's a woman who's just trying to drain your energy, power up, and return back to the streets. Fellas, be wise out here, man. The signs are always there.